video commentary coverage. This broadcast is not an official product of this competition. Points out the Gunners, who face North London rivals Tottenham on Sunday. So Man City do boast the best home record in the top flight list, and having accumulated 15 points through 6 matches, but they have only triumphed in 2 of their opening 5 league matches on the road, most recently losing 1-0 to Aston Villa at the end of October. So the teams lined up as follows for Newcastle and Dolphin. Then is Nick Pope as the ball is just given away, and it's an early strike got in by Harvey Barnes, and it's an early save for Gigi Donnarumma to make down to his left side. There's a poor pass into Phil Foden, whose pocket was picked by Malik Chow, and then it just came to Harvey Barnes. Wonder whether Aurino Guimaraes maybe just got in the way of his effort, and then it's but a strike just went into the hands of the goalkeeper, and it was comfortable in the end for Donnarumma to save. So Lewis Hall on the ball. He will send the one ball over the top towards Harvey Barnes. We will run through into the hands of Donnarumma. Will throw it out to Nunez, to Lewis Hall with high intensity, comes in and wins the ball. Challenger goes in, and the referee indicates that there is a foul down there. The free kick for City. Quickly get on with it. It goes into Josto Gvardiol. Here is Gvardiol on the ball. Jeremy Doku takes a heavy touch, but it is Nico Gonzalez. He'll go back to Gvardiol. He'll hook it forward towards Foden. High intensity in this game so far. Ball goes forward. It's inbound for Erling Haaland. Early opportunity. Nick Pope up his line. That's poor from Erling Haaland, because he was in behind there. Ball was racing towards Nick Pope, and he made up his mind early on with Haaland that he was going to shoot. It may have just been better to take it round Nick Pope there, because Pope was about 30 yards out to his goal. There's just about enough, does Pope, to put off the striker Erling Haaland. Where he sees the ball run out, so he'll pick it up. He'll go back to Fabian Schär. Schär on ball forward to be headed by Ruben Diaz, to play a 1-2 with Phil Foden. There's Nunez back to Diaz. Diaz will go back to Donnarumma. So Donnarumma will get the ball out to his feet. And it's Ryan Shirky. Goes back to Jostel Gvardiol. Gvardiol out to Nico O'Reilly. One ball goes forward, and it's Ruben Diaz who will step in and deal with it. And it's Nico Gonzalez. He's put his foot on the ball and maybe slowing it down ever so slightly for his side. Here's City. So it's Bernardo Silva finds Nico O'Reilly. Nico O'Reilly coming forward. Goes back into Bernardo Silva. Silva to Nico Gonzalez. Comes to O'Reilly. O'Reilly out to Doku. Doku's going to try and cross it in. It's away of it is Joel Linton. Then a one by Fabian Schär. It's good frenetic energy about this game so far, but Joel Linton goes back to Bruno Guimaraes. Sancho Tonali. Charlie coming forward with it. And it's Nunez and Bernardo Silva. He's just deflects off Tonali and goes out to play, and it will be a throw. The ball will go back to Ruben Diaz. Right to Ryan Cherky. There is Jeremy Doku. And it's Bernardo Silva doing that on the left flank for City. Goes inside to Doku. Here is Cherky. Cherky for Erling Haaland. Haaland's going to pull it back, and there is Valentino and Livramento. We'll bring you confirmation that you start the round when we get a chance, but just the first 6 minutes of this game, it has been a real good intensity to it, and Livramento is coming in for the start today, just barking up as it goes out for a corner. So it's Ryan Cherky and across. And Nico Riley is over there. It's a pat-out 6-yard bounce. Delivery that comes in as a Newcastle player down, and the referee Samuel Barrett is just going to pull over Fabian Shaw. He was the player let down on the ground. Samuel Barrett overseeing his 45th Premier League game tonight. His last game came in the 2-2 draw between Tottenham Hotspur and Manchester United. Last time he refereed Man City in an away game was when they beat Ipswich Town at Portman Road, and on that occasion Man City won 6-0. So Newcastle will be hoping to have a better rear guard than Ipswich on that occasion. So it's Ryan Cherky to deliver towards their post, headed up and out by Joe Ellington. Referee indicating that the ball has gone out to play. And they're going to try it to be third time lucky now. Ball goes forward, headed out by Joe Ellington. Comes back to Cherky. Cherky step over, straight those in. And it's the first shot on target for City, but it comfortably does go into hands of Nick Pope as it came out to Cherky. Decent feet, but his stripes goes into the goalkeeper. Here is Jeremy Doku to Gonzalez, Nico Riley. Back to Devardio. Ruben Diaz puts across, and it's Lewis Hall who will walk it off. Now it's Matheus Nunes. Nunes will play 1-2 with Gonzalez. Now Diaz from Lincoln pressing him up there, and he'll all the way back to Gianluigi Donnarumma. And here is Josko Devardio. Devardio will come forward with the ball now for Man City. And for Riley. And City just able to slow it down. Whereas Diaz loses out to it, but he took Gonzalez with a sweep up. And Riley will go back, and there is Cherky. Cherky to Gonzalez. And Diaz out to Nunes. Tino Livramento just closing down. So it comes to Ryan Cherky. Cherky's going to cross it in. It's heading away, and that's a play. No, positive start by Newcastle United. So we're just trying to see the ball out to play, and it's Gonzalez across it, not enough. Tonali. Player here is Josko Devardio. Devardio getting on the ball from a deep position. Ball comes back in. It's now Ruben Diaz. Diaz will Send it across towards Nico O'Reilly. The heavy touch taken by Jens. We'll now, 10 minutes into the game, bring confirmations. And Nick put up in goal. Mohamed Chow and Fabian Shaw for the two central defenders. We've got Tino Livramento and Lewis Hall at fullback. It's midfield three of the captain, Bruno Guimaraes, Sandro Tonali and Joe Linton. Jacob Murphy and Harvey Barnes are flanking Nick Voltemada. The City, John Luigi Donnarumma is in goal. Ruben Diaz and Arstol Cavadio and two central defenders, with Nico O'Reilly and Mateus Nunes as the two fullbacks. It's a midfield three of Phil Foden, Nico Gonzalez and Bernardo Silva, who is the captain, and Ryan Cherky and Jeremy Doku are playing either side of the lone striker Erling Haaland, who's so on the bench for Eddie Howe's side. You've actually got two goalkeepers on the bench because of their injury issues. Aaron Ramsdale and John Ruddy are joined alongside Sven Botman, Alex Murphy, Anthony Elanga, Joe Willett, Jacob Ramsey, Lewis Smiley and Sean Nees. He's in the bench for Pep Guardiola's side. Their sub-goalkeeper is James Trafford. He's joined alongside John Stones, Nathan Ake, Abdulkir Kusanov, Diali Arrhenius, Ryan A. Nori, Savinio Osterbob and Omar Mahmoud. It's Doppy with the ball on this left side. He's looking to come forward, trying to take on Tino Livramento, but he is tackled down there, and he's Newcastle leaded that to Thaddeus Shaw. Now it's Lewis Hall on the ball. He plays it down the left side, and he receives it from Joel Linton. And Fabi Shaw will just hook it forward. Ramsawes loses it, and Tonali will give it to Harvey Barnes. Harvey Barnes have an opportunity to bust the gut down the left side. And they come forward and lose it. And there's going to be a cross in towards Nick Voltemada. And that's an excellent save by Donnarumma. Some really good delivery. It's met by the 75 nearly a man Nick Voltemada, but it's a really good stop by the summer signing Gianluigi Donnarumma. One that cross pinpoint onto the head of Voltemada, but he's got a really strong right wrist to the ball, just bat it away. Has the man in all yellow, Donnarumma, and he'll be really pleased with that stop. It was a good header forward by Voltemada, but an even better save by the goalkeeper. So John Linton in behind for Lewis Hall. Hall, can he get there ahead of Ruben Diaz? And he goes down. He was trying to win a penalty there. He turns around to the referee with a shocked look on his face. And you see, second start of the season, but you're not going to get a penalty for that. And Ruben Diaz even turns around and says, "Come on, get up. You sadly not getting a penalty there." Oh, absolutely not. No, you'd never get a penalty in Lewis Hall. But if he was caught ever so slightly, but you'd say we're not going to get anything there. But it has got the St. James's crowd behind their side here as Thomas Bramall will blow his whistle. Nunes was a two-come send. Found it, Donnarumma. We'll just play it short to Gvardiol, and he will and the left-footed ball forward. And it comes to Jacob Murphy out to the right side with Tino Livramento. And it's going to come back, and Gvardiol will go all the way back to Donnarumma, and then he will just boot it forward. Erling Haaland will flip it on towards Jeremy Doku. Doku will build that to Nico O'Reilly. And O'Reilly will go all the way back to Donnarumma. Donnarumma with the ball inside his own 18-yard box will send it forward up towards Haaland. Met by the former Milan central defender, Paddock Chow. That's Bruno Guimaraes. And tries to come forward, and he's caught by Nico Gonzalez. Straight away holds his hands up to apologise. It'll be a free kick for the Toon Army. Referee just maybe could have delayed it because it did look like Newcastle were about to go on the attack anyway. The captain Bruno Guimaraes has brackled Pons to his feet. So now his kick that goes forward, so we headed by Fabius Schär. And it's Jostel Dervardiol just headed back to Gianluigi Donnarumma. And he will pick it up. On board that goes forward, and Ryan Shirky this time is caught by a Newcastle player. He was rolling around on the ground now. Joe Linton, that was just too tight to Ryan Shirky. Where was the player caught? So Donnarumma left there, and Doku will turn. Doku will race forward for Man City. He goes out to Erling Haaland on the left side. He gets a strike rate blocked off by Livramento. Power ball comes all the way back for City. It's Ruben Diaz. Diaz on it. Now to Phil Foden. Foden to dink the ball all the way across, and it's Livramento just to send it down the right side, touched out by Nico O'Reilly. Nico O'Reilly back to Jostel Dervardiol. Here is Ruben Diaz, finds Jeremy Doherty. Phil Foden inside the 18-yard box, gets his strike away. And he may have been caught just after he got a strike rate. Fabius Schär was sliding down there. Foden's now rolling around, holding his ankle, but I guess in the thinking of Samuel Barrett, Foden has got his shot away. It was a really good pass heard by the Belgian Jeremy Doku. So he's caught it quite high. Studs up. And the shin. I wonder whether they're going to advise the referee to look at the monitor. He's in discussion. So Craig Clausen is the man at Stockley Park. Sam Barrett is just delaying the restart, and the man in purple is waiting to hear from those down there. Frokin, he got the strike away, but Schär has caught him high out here. I've seen it again from a different angle. It was not as high as I thought it was. On top of the foot. Foden's got his strike away. Still a pen. It's one of those. The centre half has to get across. I know anywhere else on the pitch it would be a foul, but he's got his shot away. The ball's out to play, so he's not delaying anything. He's not stopping anything. There's no danger in it, and it's one of those that you don't really see you get given. So VAR have decided that they are happy with the referee's decision of no penalty and a goal kick, so we are back underway. Fabius Schär will muck it forward up towards Sandro Tonali. Donnarumma out of his goal. He could flames it on his chest, and he will beat it out. It's volley out to Malik Chow. And Chow will give it to Fabius Schär. Look lively as he from down the west side now. Now Barnes pushing forward. He felt that he was fouled. That's the reason not budging. And it will be put away. Not enough contact is what they have decided. And let Fabius Schär just get enough on it. Popped out to the left side. Here is Nico O'Reilly. Played sweet Man City play Leeds United, and Newcastle United travel to the Hill Dickinson Stadium to take on Everton. There is Nunes as we go back inside. Nico Gonzalez into the OF fullback. Nico O'Reilly inside to Gonzalez. Play 1-2 with Bernardo Silva. Here's Devardiol. They are out to the left side. Cherky to Jeremy Doku. Doku inside the box now. Doku with a strike. And it looks to be blocked off by the 5, Malik Chow. One ball goes forward, but Devardiol will cut it out. It's back into Doku. Doku is a dragged back on the edge of the box. He thinks so. Once again, Mr. Barrett is looking at it. Well, he is looking at it, but he isn't looking at giving a free kick. So it's a ball that comes out to the left side. And it does out of play, but he's in a rich vein of form at the moment, is Jeremy Doku. Tell you what, it hasn't come off the inner 5. I was come off the hand and his arm is up. Now tucked in, so VAR have had a look at it and they're happy with the decision that Samuel Barrett came to. So it has been checked by VAR. City have had a couple of penalty points here. Here is Phil Foden. There's Gonzalez. Diaz. There it is. Devardiol. There is Silva to Foden. And Foden with it. Comes out to the left side. Gonzalez to Doku. Now Tonali giving away. So on ball forward, comes out to Lewis Hall. Hall with a bit of freedom to move. Now Barnes inside to Nick Voltemada. Joe Linton. It's back to Bruno Guimaraes. Guimaraes will hang it up to the right side. Touchdown by Jacob Murphy. You will cross it in all the way across, and Lewis Hall will try and keep it alive. There is Hall to keep it alive for Newcastle United. Now Guimaraes. There's that to Fabian Schär. And now it's Lewis Hall. 1-2 between them. Back to Fabian Schär. Schär with a right-footed ball forward, headed by Devardiol. Jerry Doherty will pick it up for Man City. And he is dragged down to the ground by Sandro Tonali. Halfway through this first half, it's Newcastle United 0 and Manchester City 0. Yeah, pretty even game so far. City maybe with more of the possession, more territory, but Newcastle arguably having the better opportunities in the game. Jeremy Doku has been a real live wire in the midfield before Manchester City. Eddie Howe has spoken going into this game about his side needed to stand up and rise to the challenges that they're going to come their way. Ryan Cherky out to Nico O'Reilly. Cherky with it in a central position. Comes inside to Phil Foden. And the former Lyon attacking midfielder is caught down there. Free kick given. Cherky just back will pump to his feet. So it's a free kick for Man City. It's Ruben Diaz. And flicked by Shaky. Pass Pedro to Nali. Aaron's Harvey Bards with down the left side. In by up on the bit about her. And it's a overstop by Gianluigi Donnarumma. Twice he is prevented. Voltamada. Donnarumma at the moment is going out on top in the battle between him and the 75 million side this summer from Stuttgart. Nick Voltamada was another really good stop by Donnarumma. Pep Guardiola made a little bit concerned with how easily Newcastle are getting in behind there. But the front man, he's looking for his fifth Premier League goal of the season. Here bowing once again, but his strike was saved by Donnarumma, hero of Newcastle. On the left side, it's Harvey Barnes. He'll play it to Lewis Hall. He'll play 1-2 with Joe Linton. And then Ruben Diaz will just knock it off the foot of Joe Linton. It'll go out for a throw. So Harvey Barnes, who fouled Nick Voltamada, put it through the legs of Ruben Diaz, and he took it on early. The 24-year-old but Donnarumma diving to his right side, and he was well matched to stop an attack from Newcastle. Here is Harvey Barnes. Tries to play inside to Voltamada. It's back to Diaz, and now Foden to Nunes. All goes inside. It's Sandro Tonali. Tonali with a left-footed cross, but it's Donnarumma. He comes out to Aaron Colette. He will send the ball down the left side. Goes inside for Jacob Murphy. Here is Bruno Guimaraes. Tonali. Great challenge going in by Oscar Gabardio. And it goes out for a corner down the corner. Winship is convinced that he's taken a touch off Livramento. So a really good challenge going in by Gavardio. Sliding challenge for Ave. Strong. Goes out for a corner. And Newcastle have had 3 efforts in this game, 3 on target. They played really well. And they opening exchanges. There's the left fullback, Lewis Hall, who's going to make his way over to send in a corner. Delivery to come in. Ellen Holland brings it away. Harvey Barnes. And they'll back to Livramento. He'll go all the way back to his goalkeeper, Nick Pope. Pope will launch it forward. And it's going to run out to play. Throws out for a goal kick. Just came back to Nick Pope and he just beated it straight out. Ready, she's trying to pass on the message to his team to stay calm. So one ball goes forward, trolled on the chest by Erling Haaland, tries to play it forward, but Chow will play it inside. Now it's Chow out to Cher. Fiat to Lewis Hall for down the left flank. Comes back, well, half an hour into this game, still goalless. Bruno Guimaraes will switch it out to the right fullback. Valentino Livramento. Sandro Tonali. Guimaraes to Lewis Hall. Now it's Harvey Barnes, building forward while Newcastle. Cross comes in, headed away by Ruben Diaz. And then it's Bruno Guimaraes should get across, and that's a really good challenge. Very brave by him. It's into Ruben Diaz, and he'll go all the way back now to the goalkeeper, Gianluigi Donnarumma. Nico O'Reilly. It's a poor ball forward by him. Livramento will get there. Plays it inside to Nick Voltematic. Bruno Guimaraes in behind. Ball across. There is Harvey Barnes. And how is he not scored? Dispo, he's righted on the face of Harvey Barnes. Another chance for Newcastle United goes back in. And somehow the 27-year-old has not given Newcastle United the lead. What a ball across by Jacob Murphy. He's up the back post, his Barnes. He just has to get it on target and he's stalled. And he's mishit the bar. He just quite can't believe that Harvey Barnes has not given the Troon Army the lead here. The ball was played across the rim and he has sent it wide off the post. And you can't quite believe that Harvey Barnes has not scored for Newcastle United there. Ball played across. And the chance goes begging. So, ball out to the left side towards Nico O'Reilly. Up against Valentino Livramento. And pull back to Jeremy Doku. It's Doku on it. And Doku to O'Reilly. Here is Phil Foden. Phil Foden on it now. To Ruben Dias. There's back to Gavardio. To Nunes. There's Rose Shirky. Shirky putting down the right side. Tries to pull it in. And it's off Fabius Schär. And it's going to be a corner. And now it's Phil Foden, former Premier League player of the season, the 25-year-old. He's always played for Manchester City, never played for another club side. He's over to take this corner. Opportunity for City to send bodies forward. So Foden rises right arm. Ball towards the near post, and it comes off the head of Joe Linton, I believe. With his Halls asking for a free kick. He felt that he was found. Nice to be another corner kick to come in. It's delivered in and headed away. Fabius Schär will head it away, and it's going to come out for a strike for Ryan Shirky, but his effort way wide of the post. Pin out for him on the half volley, but he strike wayward, and the goalkeeper was able to see it past his post. Suddenly Pope to take a goal kick. Let's go to lodge it forward. And then ball forward, headed by Nico Gonzalez. Irons Bernardo Silva to Erling Haaland. Erling Haaland to Fabian Schär, and Schär will play it out for a Man City 4-0. So there, Nunes will go back to Ruben Dias. Now gives it to Phil Foden. There is Foden on the ball for Manchester City. He's going to switch out to the left side. Harris touchdown impeccably by Jeremy Doku. Here is Nico O'Reilly. He's going to pull it back. There is Haaland. There's a save by Nick Pope. He's still it down. And at the moment, the battle between both sets of strikers and both sets of goalkeepers is Nick Pope and Gianluigi Donnarumma going out on top. The ball was pulled back by Nico O'Reilly. Erling Haaland has the score, but Nick Pope stands up tall and bats it away from his chest. And 35 minutes played, it remains Newcastle United 0, Manchester City 0. But despite the score, it has been a really entertaining opening 35 here, and it's a good stop by Nick Pope, and the ball went forward, and Joskal Gvardiol, which is caught in a grappling match with Nick Baltimore, and the free kick was given as we come into the last 10 minutes now. So one ball goes up. Here is Harvey Barnes, brings it down, tries to take on Mateus Nunes. Israel third away. Now it's Lewis Hall forward. Ferry shares there. It's Erling Haaland is across, and that's the defensive duties by him. Now ball comes back. It's Bruno Guimaraes. Guimaraes out to the right side. It's Jacob Murphy. With Matt to Murphy's going to look to cross the ball in. It's walked off and goes out for a goal kick. Guardiola is shouting out instructions for his side on the edge of the dugout. So is Eddie Howe as well. Most touches in this game have come from the fullbacks for Newcastle United, and we've seen the age difference between Kieran Tripp here and Dan Burn dramatically drop as Valentino Livramento and Lewis Hall have both been past fit to start today. And I was speaking to a Newcastle United fan earlier this week who said he felt that they had really missed Livramento and Hall at the start of this season. Lewis Hall, who was arguably one of Newcastle's best players last year, Livramento, who can play both on the left side and the right side. There's also been this in Hall, who's coming for just his second start of the season. Well, this is the seventh for Livramento, but it does seem to be making a big difference that they've got two energetic, young, bombastic fullbacks. It's going to be a corner for the Magpies. It's Sandro Tonali who's made his way over to take the corner. Tonali takes a deep breath. He's preparing to deliver in. Tonali's delivery headed away by Nunes. Comes out for Lewis Hall, who will hook it forward, but it does go into the hands of Donnarumma. There's Nico O'Reilly. O'Reilly was forward, gives it to Jeremy Duffy. Jacob Murphy needs chanting. Huge credit to Jacob Murphy to still be starting for Newcastle United, because he was part of a side when they were towards the bottom end of the division many years ago, that he made the move from Carrow Row from Norwich City to join Newcastle in a £9.9 million deal. For many years, he has been seemingly replaced in the transfer window, but he has stayed. Now, at 30 years of age, he's got 3 goal contributions. Last year, he had a really good record. It's one ball goes forward to Haaland. He's fouled. City will take the quick free kick. They give it to Dokken, who can run at Livramento. Tino Livramento is doing really well in that battle between him and Doku. Nick Baltimore with the ball for Newcastle. Sandro Tonali is caught by the fullback Nico O'Reilly, who made his international debut for England during the most recent international break last week. Did quite well as well, did O'Reilly, especially in that game against Albania. Very competent at left fullback. As Dan Burn watches on in the stands today, he's serving a 1-game ban after a red card at Brentford, where he picked up 2 yellow cards. Slippier is watching in the stands as well. Pass fit to play today. So both of them watching on. The ball goes forward towards Baltimore, but his header, well, he does through to Nico O'Reilly. Rarely ball come down the left side for Manchester City now. Inside for Jeremy Dockett. It's Nico Gonzalez. Gonzalez to Foden. It's Ducky. I can come back inside. Foden, Haaland picks it up in the centre, round the edge of the box. Good away by Chow, but only to Gonzalez. Comes out to Nunes. And there's with it, and it comes back to Ruben Diaz. Here's Mateus Nunes. To Ruben Diaz. He plays a 1-2 Phil Foden. Goes forward into Ryan Cherky. And out to Nunes. He takes a heavy touch and it runs out for a goal kick. Of course, this game remains doors. Pope is over to collect the ball. The generated post Aston Villa tomorrow. Now, Arsenal also host Tottenham Hotspur in the Premier League. They are 2 further games coming up. Fabian Schär. Schär will send the ball forward. It's Nico O'Reilly who will meet it. The Diaz turns Phil Foden. Phil Foden covering at Newcastle United. He's on the edge of box. Finds Ryan Cherky to the putback for Foden. And somehow Phil Foden. What's deflated as he has missed what could have been a crucial opportunity for them to take the lead. Really good intricate footwork by Foden. He finds Ryan Cherky and then he just pulls the ball back into Foden. And once again, he was waiting for the net to ripple and City to take the lead. But this time, Phil Foden just misses this opportunity. And it goes wide off the post. Yeah, really, this game could be 2-2, 3-3. It has been that entertaining. It's been a really good game. So here is Cherky to Phil Foden. Phil Foden caught by Harvey Barnes. It's Joe Linton. Joe Linton goes back to Fabian Schär now. Schär across to Malik Chow. And ball does fall, but all he getting to Mateus Nunes. Inside to Nico Gonzalez. Gonzalez coming forward for City. There's Diaz into Foden. Foden with it. Plays it to Bernardo Silva. Out to Jeremy Docky. Docky can run at Jacob Murphy. He's going to cross it in. Erling Haaland meets it. His touch just goes on to the top of the goal. Coming to the final minute of normal time of this game here at St James's Park. It's Newcastle United 0, Manchester City 0. Nick Pope. There he is again to send it forward. And it's knocked out by Joe Linton after a heavy touch. Be a throw for the former Wolverhampton Wanderers player tightening that series being converted into a right fullback. And as we'll go all the way back to the goalkeeper. That's Devardiel. Cross to Bernardo Silva, captain for Manchester City. Ares, Donald Rumba. They send it forward. And way up. Haaland through. And spirited hands of Nick Pope. Well, the referee's going to pull it back for a foul. Bruno Guimaraes wasn't disagreeing a bit as he helps Nico Gonzalez back up onto his feet. So we're into 2 added minutes to the end of this first half of what has been a really entertaining first 45. We haven't seen a goal just yet. So Thomas Bramall to Phil Foden where to take the free kick from. And Foden may just look to put a bit of pressure on Nick Pope now. Newcastle United with their defensive line about 20 yards out. Ball goes towards Erling Haaland, but it's good goalkeeping by the 33-year-old Nick Pope, but his all the purple goalkeeper kids come out and go out. Ball that is all the way forward now. Joe Rigi, Bonner and Rother is able to pick it up after a long ball over the top. Now almost going to put the ball down. And he's going to receive it from Diaz. Oh, well, clear it away to door out for Newcastle United 4-0. The assault, this one too with Malik Chow. Chow with the tackle. Out for Lewis Hall, who's just going to pick it up. There's all the way back to Nick Pope, and Nick Pope will clear forward, and that at half time. It's Newcastle United 0. hosting Manchester City. We are into the second 45 now, as we are level with Newcastle and City drawing at 0-0. So we are into the second 45. No changes to tell you about. And the third attack of the half does fall to Harvey Barnes. He came forward, got his shot away, blocked off by Nunez, and it's out for a corner. Right, delivery into the box by Tonali towards the net post. It bounces all the way. Throwing Gianluigi Donnarumma is absolutely fuming with the referee because he felt that he was being fouled in there. So he's made his way over to the referee, Samuel Barrett, to complain. The referee was happy with what went on, as the ball came all the way through and bounced free. So Donnarumma goes out to Nico O'Reilly, knock it forward. Jeremy Doku takes a heavy touch and goes out to the left side now, and it's Lewis Hall, Bruno Guimaraes to Malik Chow. Chow will hook it forward and take a good touch. Does Livramento. It's going to be a throw. Nico O'Reilly up towards Jeremy Doku. Doku's going to turn him to run it. Valentino Livramento. Good challenge going in by Jacob Murphy. Livramento will go back to Chow. Doku will pick it up. And it's going to be booted away by Chow and throw to Mateus Nunes. And maybe Diaz across to Jostel Gavardio. There is Diaz. Diaz plays it out to the right side. That's Diaz. Plays out to the right side to the captain, Bernardo Silva. And it is Nico Gonzalez. It's Doku. Doku's going to give it to Erling Haaland. Haaland is coming forward, but challenge going in by Malik Chow. This besetting him. It comes into Joe Linton. Nico Gonzalez takes the ball off him, although the referee, Samuel Barrett, indicating that there was a foul. He's having a great game, is Malik Chow. Proving that was nearly penalised for handball in the first half. It's a good challenge. There's not many defenders who come away from a game and say that they have won the battle between them and Erling Haaland. But at the moment, Malik Chow is winning that battle as we remain goalless. Here is Ryan Cherky on the ball. He finds Bernardo Silva. Silva left-footed striking goal, but it was always rising and does over the bar. And Nick Popey going to collect it. Just in the pop finishing boots at the moment have Manchester City. Nick Pope will go to their left side. It's going to be a long ball forward. Going to be headed away by Ruben Diaz. Sherky. Bernardo Silva. Sherky running at the Newcastle United defence. Stimarash take a touch. But he doesn't, because it apparently comes off Bernardo Silva. It goes out for a Newcastle goal kick. Guardiola still patrolling about. Shout out instructions. It's a little bit agitated. One ball goes forward, headed by Diaz. And the ball goes all the way back to Nick Pope. Nick Pope with it. To share. To Guimaraes. The ball goes forward. It's going to be played away by Nunes. It's a play for Newcastle United for him. Nunes is stepping in and beating out to play there. Quite well in that defensive position. I'm playing at right fullback. So it's a 4-4 Lewis Hall to take. He'll throw it forward. Touchdown by Bruno Guimaraes. Just knocked it out of play and out for a throw for Man City now. And there's with the ball in his hands. And goes across. Here is Bernardo Silva. Hands Nunes. Phil Foden. To Divadio. To O'Reilly. Phil Foden to O'Reilly. Inside to Dotti. Dottie's bumbled over from behind by Tonali. Tonali just catching him and be a free kick. It was clipped from behind by Tonali. Then goes over and gives him a bit of a high five. So Barrett is speaking to Bernardo Silva down there. Something, clearly not happy with something, but free kick is given. We see a yellow card in the game. It is Bernardo Silva and Rayan Cherki stood over it. Phil Foden's over there as well. Man City are to deliver this ball in. Ball goes into Phil Foden. Left-footed ball in. Right away. Bernardo Silva will try and restart again. It's Nunes. Nunes goes out to Dotti. Dotti will touch it down. Apparently Jeremy Dotti is coming from an offside position. And Dick Githam. Leads ball around St James's Park. So it's Nick Pope who's going to pop the ball down, preparing to send this free kick forward. Tarnell is set down in discussion. A long ball forward up towards Baltimore. They're headed away towards Erling Haaland, but Paddy Shell step in. It's Tonali who will try and bring it down, but Paddy will get there just ahead of him. And Nico O'Reilly will try and beat it out and goes out for a Man City 4-0. It's going to be left for Nico O'Reilly to come and collect. And both forward, headed by Livramento. It's Nico O'Reilly towards Phil Foden. He'll hook it towards Ryan Cherki. Now it's Bernardo Silva to Nunes. Nunes on the overlap will cross it in, and it's Fabian Schär who'll get there and just block it off. Playing well is Fabian Schär. Ball comes back to Cherki. Cherki with it inside the box on the right, on the byline on the right side. His cross comes in. It's a dinked ball. It just heads up in the hands of Nick Pope, who can roll it out. Bruno Guimaraes. Harvey Barnes. Bring Jacob Murphy into the action. Murphy will go back to Bruno Guimaraes. Trying nothing in back for Voltamada. Put away. Now it's Cedro Tonali. And Tonali, imperious as ever. But urged on by the Newcastle United supporters. Ball goes all the way back to Nick Pope, who will just play a short ball. That's Sandro Tonali. Tonali back, and the goalkeeper, Nick Pope. It's going to be headed on towards Jacob Murphy. Murphy's in an offside position. The assistant referee on this near side. That is his flight. It's his dog too early. He's with 7 minutes into this second half. Johan Visser is watching on today. He said they saw in a 55 million deal from Brentford. We're yet to see the Congolese striker break into this team because he's been out injured, and it looks like it's carrying on. If they waited, they could have signed him for a free transfer. Just a big blow for Newcastle. And it's Tino Livramento to take the throw for Newcastle United. He goes into Bruno Guimaraes. Mirage to Jacob Murphy. The tackle going in by Jeremy Doku. Murphy jumps up to his feet to ask if he should get a free kick. Our referees have a nod of it. As to taking his chances in this game is Jacob Manganiba, is that man Mick Voltemade. So Livramento with the ball. Livramento goes back to Joe Linton. To share. How Paul. Paul will look it forward. That was Ryan Shirky. Shirky finds Jeremy Doku, but he takes a heavy touch. Now it's Bruno Guimaraes. Joe Linton. Paul comes out to the right side. It's Murphy. Murphy will pull it across. There it goes to Barter. That's again. It is a fantastic save, but Gianluigi Donnarumma able to prevent Nick Voltemade for a third time in this game. That is probably his best stop of the game there. As the ball was played across, it was Nick Voltemade who met it. But Donnarumma was able to get that low. They get our all right hand on the ball. And it goes over the bar. And he is proving every penny it worth. The Man City brought him in from Paris Saint-Germain in a 26 million deal this summer. Donnarumma is out there. Really good game for Manchester City. Nick Voltemade with 3 excellent opportunities. Well, Donnarumma has been formidable in the City goal. So, Phil Foden brings it out to Nico O'Reilly, the left fullback for City. Goes back for Foden. Now Nico Gonzalez out to the right side where Mateus Nunes is. Needs Bernardo Silva inside to Nico Gonzalez. Now Josko Divario. Out to Jeremy Doku. Doku running at Livramento. Comes to Foden. Left-footed cross all the way to the far post, and it's Erling Haaland who just heads it into the ground and into the hands of Nick Pope. There's been a really interesting battle between both sets of strikers and the goalkeeper. Haaland with 3 efforts at goal. It's 3 saves from Nick Pope, and Voltemade with 3 efforts at goal, and it's 3 saves from Donnarumma. We're seeing some really good performances here from the from the goalkeepers. Voltemade on the ball for Newcastle. That's a great challenge going in by Gonzalez. Foden will give it Doku. Tonali fouls in. Bruno Guimaraes quickly makes his way over to protest. Once again, Samuel Barrett decided to keep his cards in his pocket and to remain at 0-0. So Halley just held on to Doku as he went down to the ground. We're an hour into the game. There's Gonzalez to Bernardo Silva, and so was bubbled over by Joe Linton. That was Joe Linton's call played. Well, overzealous, Riley Shirky trying to make the point known to the Brazilian that it was a foul. Yeah, it was late. Joe Linton went in and pushed over the Manchester City captain. So the referee preferring dialogue on it over the speaker to Joe Linton and the captain for Man City, Bernardo Silva, keeping his cards in his pocket. Joe Linton still doesn't seem happy about something. But those all the way cross. And it comes to Jeremy Doku. Doku will bring it down. Mr. Phil Foden. Foden to Gonzalez. Silva across to Yostel DeVario. Nico O'Reilly to Phil Foden out to the left side. Doku, something big down there. There is Shirky. So good atmosphere. We can hear both Newcastle and Manchester City supporters inside St James's Park. So Shirky out to Share. Newcastle then coming forward. To Foden, he's going to shoot on the end of the box, but that is a poor effort, and he's their footed strike on goal goes way over the bar and out for a goal kick. It just came into Phil Foden, stepped forward with it, but he would effort that hit as he sends it over the bar. So far in this game, Newcastle with 4 shots, City with 12. Both have had 3 shots on target. City have dominated the ball with 65% of the ball, but I do think that at the moment the draw is the right result because Newcastle have had some really good opportunities. It's O'Reilly, puts it forward, trolled on the chest by Joe Linton. Here is Guimaraes, able to find Barnes. Guimaraes going forward for Newcastle United into Harvey Barnes. What the goal for Newcastle United. And finally, ready to burst. It's a bit of a Luigi Donnarumma. How about Harvey Barnes? Leads to deadlock in this game. And we're seeing some simply Tuppence gone wide so far. Big back strike from Harvey Barnes. Finds that elusive goal at Newcastle United. Take the lead. It's Newcastle United 1, Manchester City 0, and it's Harvey Barnes with his second Premier League goal of the season. Wonderful footwork by Bruno Gomes. He gives it to Barnes, and his effort goes straight into the bottom corner. And 64 minutes off the clock. It's Newcastle United who take the lead against Manchester City. And huge credit has to go to Bruno Gomes with how we drove that ball forward, then laid it off for Harvey Barnes. And it is a brilliant finish, a stunning finish into the bottom corner. And all corners of St James's Park up here celebrated as Harvey Barnes gives Newcastle United the lead. Pep Guardiola looks incredibly frustrated, turning around and slamming his chair. Eddie Howe on the other hand with a big celebration. But 25 minutes left in this game. It's Newcastle United who have taken the lead. And now here is Nick Voltemada. Voltemada will come back to Joe Linton. Joe Linton, well, try and leave it out to the right side. He's been grabbed hold of. Linton was trying to wait to see if there would be an advantage, but the referee, Thomas Bramall, was given the free kick. So here is Fabian Schär. It's on the halfway line. He's getting to send it forward. Here it comes to Sandro Tonali. He's in an offside position as he battled Nico O'Reilly for the ball. He just wondered whether this game was going to end in a 0-0 draw. All the simple chances that they missed, but an electric finish by Harvey Barnes. So Jeremy Doku on his left side, trying his dazzling footwork as he tries to cross it in, but it's blocked off by Jacob Murphy. Now Sandro Tonali. Tonali gives it away. There is Bernardo Silva for the middle for City, about 40 yards out from goal in the central position. Doku running there. Tonali's going to pull it across. And Malik Chow will get the touch, and it goes out for a City corner. Chow gets a fist bump from his goalkeeper, Nick Pope, who applauded him. And it's Rayan Cherki who's over to take the corner. Ball comes in. It's headed away by Nick Multimada. The towering striker, Doku will get there. Across it towards Erling Haaland. This comes out to him, and Shirky with the stripe, but tough by hold. Out to Ruben Diaz. Out Ruben Diaz. Finds an equaliser for Manchester City. And they weren't behind for long. And the tiring captain for Manchester City finds a scrappy goal of his cross-back across. It came to Ruben Diaz. It may have taken a deflection all the way through, but Manchester City are back level in the game. And it came out, and Diaz hit it all by a volley and taken a deflection as he's been helped on his way past Nick Pope. And 68 minutes on the clock here. It's Newcastle United 1, Manchester City 1. It's actually done 3 the likes of Fabian Schär. It's quiet, it's situated Nick Pope. Man City are back level in this game. They're rolling behind for a couple of minutes. Ruben Diaz is now off the pitch. The referee started to go off because a bit of his gum is bleeding. He's complaining because his head is absolutely fine, but Man City are having to play him just 10 on the pitch. Diaz is absolutely fuming. The doctor is trying to clean him up. Diaz is fuming. He's screaming at the fourth official. He is now allowed off. That Guardiola cannot believe that they've asked him to go off. And Ruben Diaz now going to sprint back on for the corner. He's passing on a message to Nico O'Reilly, but it's going to be a corner. And on the far side, Sandro Tonali. Left arm goes up in the air towards the near post. Comes off the head of Diaz. And out for a corner. Needs to compose himself as the Portuguese have just found the equaliser for Man City. It will be another corner to come in from Sandro Tonali. So ball goes all the way through, and it's cleared off the line by Oscar Gavardo. Donnarumma was down on the ground. Comes to Harvey Barnes on the edge of the box. Back to Jacob Murphy. Murphy hangs up to the far post. Says not about it. Back across. Off the crossbar. Barnes follows it. Held out. It hearts. But so it's a 7 right for the Newcastle United. It's apartheid. Another fantastic 4 minutes. We'd say they were at St. James's Park. Oh, they were just bouncing around in the middle of the 18-yard box. And Harvey Barnes gets his second goal within 5 minutes. Newcastle United are back in front. Just 2 minutes after they conceded. unargy Barnes with a lifted finish. There to the top of the net. Left it back Luigi Donnarumma and Newcastle United. Oh, but they didn't think this ball is going to get shut because Malik Charles had it back across to Pano Guimaraes. Possibly was in an offside position. The semi-age-related technology is going to have a look at it. Guimaraes heading at the far post. They rebounded off the crossbar. And then Bob just bumped it into the back of the net. And he burst away. Just celebrate with the Magpies supporters. But as it stands, Newcastle United are back in front of this game. He thinks he scored his third goal of the season in the PremierLeague. There's going to be a nervous wait here because the header back across by Malik Charles was Bruno Guimaraes shut offside position. Mr. Samuel Barrett is going to meet just Bernardo Silva. Bruno Guimaraes is being checked. Guimaraes is tight. It's where his foot is Ruben Diaz playing it on. It's incredibly tight between the two of them. This might be a cruel one for Newcastle. They're having a lengthy look at it. They waited for the semi-automated technology. Bruno Guimaraes is waiting to hear the news. He's so close to scoring himself as he headed onto the crossbar. Here's Harvey Barnes. A cute finish. Going to count. And they're now having a look at it once again. So they are having a look at it. It's a nervous wait for the players down there. The referee's still waiting here. All eyes are on Samuel Barrett. Booing inside the ground. It's semi-automated offside, then it not happening as quick as maybe it should do. It usually, well, it's been brought into, with the speed of it, as he's taking a one-tire Guimaraes and Sola complaining down there, supporters growing restless. And the goal has been confirmed. Oh no, Guimaraes was onside, and it's Harvey Barnes who's put Eddie Hazard back in front. It's Newcastle 2, Man City nil. And just a couple minutes after City equalised, it was United who fired back. And the Magpies are back in front. So point goes back to Gianluigi Donnarumma. We're back in play. He's got under danger of an hour left to play here. Newcastle 2, Man City 1. He's ahead of the goals through. Phil Foden and Jermaine Shirky. Shirky will tries to fire to with Haaland. There he's pulls through, and the result will go back to Nick Pope. So Newcastle just need to steady things down perhaps now. Lewis Hall inside to Bruno Guimaraes. He's able to find Sandro Tonali. Tonali out to Harvey Barnes. Barnes full of confidence now. Takes a heavy shot. Ruben Diaz completes the tackle. Mateus Nunes finds the captain Bernardo Silva. He kicks it off the chest of Malik Charles. And now Lewis Hall has sat down. I'll see the substitute in this game. 75 minutes played. We've just seen the first yellow card of the game. It was to Donnarumma for his protestations in the direction of Samuel Barrett. He wasn't happy with something down there. So Donnarumma's the first player, but there is a triple substitute coming out for Manchester City. Savinho, Oscar, Bob, and Tierney Reindeers are the three players getting ready to come on. We are now going to get confirmation of that, and it's the man who is a real dazzling feat at times, Jeremy Doku, who is going to come off, coming on for like change as Savinho comes on. And still yet to score his first Premier League goal of the season is Savinho. And a good battle between Doku and Livramento today. We're also going to see number 20, the captain, Bernardo Silva, make his way off. And so like change with the man that signed from AC Milan this summer, a 48 million deal. Tierney Reindeers come on. Reindeers come on, coming on for Bernardo Silva. That's a like change. We're also going to see Ryan Cherki make his way off. Come on to here is a 22-year-old Oster Bob, a Norwegian. He's come through the youth setup here. Oster Bob also not able to enter his goal tally so far this season. So Oscar Bob on to 3 like-for-like changes, and there's also going to be a change for Newcastle. As it's Lewis always making his way off. He's been brilliant today. They've really missed him after he's been out injured. I wonder whether Thomas Tuchel, I'm sure Thomas Tuchel will be watching. And it's Lewis Hall making his way off. Coming on for him is Sven Botman. So it's a defensive change. Took off their left fullback, and Sven Botman, who is the central defender, is on. So I think that indicates that Newcastle switching to maybe a back 5. I'll wait to see what that means. It does look like it is a back 5. It's a back 3 of Chow, Chair, and the left centre back, the substitute Botman. Livramento at right wing back, and Jacob Murphy is now being asked to play as a left wing back. It's a flat 4. Harvey Barnes at left midfield, Joe Linton and Bruno Guimaraes in the middle, and Sandro Tonali at right midfield with Altamada up top. It's a cross that comes in for City, comes off the back of Oscar Bob. Here is Savinho. It's going to cross it in, headed away by Chow. Jacob Murphy will compete with Bob. Bob will go back to Nunez, and now it's Ruben Diaz, the goal scorer for City tonight. Jostor Carvalho. Now to Savinho, who is the Brazilian. Savinho will go inside to Carvalho. 79 minutes played in this day. Tona Reinders. And the way back, it's Ruben Diaz. Ruben Diaz to Jostor Carvalho. Not to Savinho. Savinho out to Nico O'Reilly. It's Diaz to Carvalho. Carvalho back across. Savinho. Ruben Diaz. Savinho on it. Newcastle sat off frustrated, and their back 5 sat on the edge of the 18-yard box. Here is Oster Bob. Back across, here is Nico Gonzalez to Nunez. To Diaz. Now, patient probing game at the moment. There is Gonzalez, and that's it forward. There's Livramento, he's going to hook it away. And it's Sandro Tonali. There is called by diving charge by a Man City player, Sonia Barrett. Just having a word with Bruno Guimaraes. And the free kick has been given. And they had a one-yard look at that second goal for Harvey Barnes. But it was the shoulder of Mohamed Diaz that was playing on Bruno Guimaraes. Incredibly tight because of where Guimaraes' foot was. And they had to have a second look to see if Harvey Barnes was behind the ball. Now ball goes back and it's going to be a throw for City. Eddie Howe and Jason Tyndall are preparing a couple of substitutes for Newcastle, as it's Nico Riley with the ball. Here is Sabinia. Sabinia out to Gavardio. Gavardio into O'Reilly. Sabinia. And it's Gavardio with it inside the Newcastle United half. And Joe Linton to Guimaraes. Guimaraes stepping into the City half now. Guimaraes plays it about. There is Barnes. And it's a great shot. It's going in by the former Wolves defender, Matheus Nunes. Then he's just about able to keep it in play. He was just able to refrain Harvey Barnes to get the shot in at goal. And City feel up to come forward a bit now. It's Nico Gonzalez. Sellers out to the left side. And Jostro Gavardio. Guardiola to Savinho. Was going to try and run at the Newcastle United. Savinho back. Gavardio is able to find Nunes. Now Oscar Bob. And it's Oscar Bob. It's the Bob. It's broken Newcastle heart of an injury time winner here before. He tries to cross it in, but it's blocked off by Sven Botman. Fopp just about keeps it in play. Right it is. To Gonzalez, out to Bob. Up to Riders. And it's inside. Sissy Beth Carroll. Diaz. See moving forward. They should build up. Frost goes in. Headed away. Out to Oscar Bob. Sends it forward. They'll fold it with the heavy touch going away by Cher. Comes up to Nick Voltemada. Voltemada's going to send it in behind. The Sandro Tonali against Josko Gavardio. Will Tonali get there first? He does. He's inside the box now. He's going to try and win a corner. It comes off. Oh, I thought it came off Josko Gavardio, but according to Samuel Barrett, it's come off. Sandro Tonali's gone out for a goal pick, and Tonali, the Newcastle supporter, is clearly disagreeing with it. So there's going to be a substitute here for Newcastle. And it'll be a standing ovation for Harvey Barnes, who has done a great here for Newcastle. Two brilliant goals, especially the first one to give them the lead, but then their second one to put them back in front, which is a stabbed thumping finish at goal. It was an awkward one for him, but he just lifted it into the top of the goal. And Harvey Barnes is now making his way off, coming up for him. Quite flat change as Commander Sand, they somewhere from Nottingham Forest in a 64 million deal. Anthony Elanga is on, but he's yet to really make an impression on the Newcastle supporters is the Swede Elanga. And we are also going to see if the striker Nick Voltemada come out. And Voltemada will be frustrated with his end product at times in this game. Is a couple of good opportunities, but those opportunities were well prevented by Donnarumma. Sabinho, who will cross it in. Murphy chests it out for a City corner. The City players are asking if it's hit his hand, but Murphy's pointing to where it's hitting. And it was John Willock. He came on for Newcastle. And Willock on for his 4th appearance of the Premier League season. So bringing confirmation of things that means who's playing where. It's still Foden, who's going to deliver towards the penalty spot. It's headed away here. It's Sabinho, but he sets over the bar. And wild effort, and he lacked any sort of real composure. Did Sabinho there? Is just whacked at goal. So Newcastle now, they've got Pope in goal. The 3 centre-backs are Chow, Botman and Shea. The left wing-back is Jacob. The right wing-back is Livramento. It looks to me that Willett is out on the left side. Terrell is out on the right side, which means that you got Gimaraj and Joe Linton in the middle, and Amtir Langer is playing as a counter-attacking forward, an unconventional position. And that stoppage has just been a substitute for Manchester City. As we've seen Phil Foden take his way after. Current for him is Omar Mahmoud. Omar Mahmoud, she signed last January in a £66 million deal from Eintracht Frankfurt. But so we start the 2 games this season. How the Egyptian would love to get a goal here for City. As Guardiola is just looking to chuck more attacking players on as Newcastle are sat deeper than ever. Here is Oscar Bob with the ball on the right side. Now that's Savidio. Nunes. Ball is delivered in. It's headed away. And it's now Oscar Bob who's going to go back. And there's Matheus Nunes. It's out to the left side. Savidio. Sabinho's going to cross the ball in, and it's deflected out by Livramento. We've got 2 minutes left to blow the time in. It's going to be a corner for Man City. And it's a 4 corner comes in. It's a really poor corner. Now Newcastle can come forward. It's Jacob Murphy racing forward for Newcastle United. He chops back inside. And he's going to go back and just slow it down for Newcastle. It's Botman. Botman out to Joe Willock. And ball goes back to Nick Pope. Pope will send it forward. Nico O'Reilly will head it away. It's headed away, and it's fully to Malik Chow. Now it's going to be headed forward, but away by Nico Gonzalez. Comes out forward now for Newcastle United. Ball goes forward. It's going to be cleared away. Now Ruben Diaz will come forward with the ball for Man City. It's Matheus Nunes. And this goes back to the goalkeeper. Donnarumma will just play it short. It's Nico O'Reilly. We're about to find out how much additional time we've got left. It's going to be 8 minutes. The cross comes in. Nick Pope will come and collect it, and then will lie down on the ground. But he's to remember So we've got 8 seconds on the ball. Quickly roll it out to Bruno Guimaraes. He's going to send it into an area for Anthony and get a run on to. Is Orlando tries to take on Gavardio, but Gavardio will get there. Then Donnarumma is out to collect. Donnarumma rolls it out, and now he's on the grab. Is City going to continue? There is Riders. To Oscar Bob. Here's Gavardio. Gavardio into John Riders. He tries to cross it in and popped off by Maurizio. And Riders crosses it in, comes off Chow. So Riders will prepare to deliver it in. There'll be a ball in, headed away. Pope comes for it. It's not sure whether he gets a touch on it. It's Savinho. Savinho chucks back in onto his right foot. Try Riders to Savinho. Oh, sits in to the clock to Bob. Oh, by Bob Mensch. Tries to get a strike away. Now Newcastle are going to come forward. And that is Oscar Bob, who catches Tonali. It's going to be a foul. Oscar Bob. There's a late challenge going in on Sandro Tonali, and it'll be a yellow card waved in the direction of the 22-year-old. He's the second Manchester City player in the referee's notepad, joining Gianluigi Donnarumma there, and Tonali would take the opportunity to roll around a couple of times and run down the clock. What a performance it has been from Newcastle United today, just as the pressure was starting to pile on the team, because they were 2 points ahead of the relegation zone coming into this weekend. And the expectations of Newcastle now is that they are competing for European football year on year. They qualified for the Champions League last season after finishing 5th. They started the Champions League campaign well. The PremierLeague season has not gone to plan so far, but win today would right many of those wrongs. It's Fabian Schär headed forward. Murphy will flick it on. Headed by Haaland. Headed around the play for Newcastle United. For he knew there's the left the ball before it came off a Newcastle player. So ball goes out to the left side. Here is Olanga. Lando with it. Plays it back. Tonali thinks he's fouled by Nunes. Play will continue. Savinho can turn and come forward now, and then so late challenge going in by Joelinton. And just pushing his luck there. And Joelinton is the first Newcastle United player into the referee's notepad. Just dragging back Savinho here in the 94th minute. It's his third yellow card in the season for the Brazilian. We've got 4 minutes left of additional time. It's Nico O'Reilly with it. Newcastle sets off at the moment. It's Nunes. Out to Oscar Bob. Bob left-footed cross in towards Haaland. Played away by Fabian Schär. It's just the third game this season in the Premier League, but Erling Haaland has not scored in. It's at 14 goals this season. But the Melbourne Newcastle United defence standing up strong to him. There is Oscar Bob on the right side. Taking on Jacob Murphy. Bob keeps going. He's inside the box on the byline, and Joelinton with the tackle. It's going to be a corner here for City. 3 minutes remaining. Can they find a late dramatic equaliser? These two are that Rangers. He's made his way across. Doug Trent is preparing to deliver. He sends it in towards a penalty spot. Brought down by Gonzalez. Out to Nunes. Out to Rides. Rides with the delivery. Chow plays it out. He turns round to Newcastle supporters and says, "Where are you? Come on, let's make some noise." Making his best Delia Smith impression. So it's going to be a long throw to come in from Matheus Nunes. The Portuguese fullback is going to send in on throw towards the near post. Headed away by John Linton. Right, there's will knock it forward. Tavardo heads it into the secure, but then Fabian Schär is pushed down to the ground. The City players will complain. The Newcastle supporters will celebrate. We've still got 2 minutes left. Only 96 minutes on the clock. Remember, there was 8 minutes added on. Now you've got a couple of minutes to hang on now. Pep Guardiola just speaking to their fourth official down there. But he's hoping to see a bit more time added on here, that the home supporters try to serenade the support their team. Jacob Murphy is now sat down, but he's stood back up. He stretched it out. He's maybe experiencing a little bit of cramp. He's done a really good job filling in at left wing back. So Nick Pope is going to send the long ball forward. It's going to go through and played away by so then Botman. Rangers not going to go all the way to chase it on through to Donnarumma. Final minute now. City was so impressive in their game right before the international break in a 3-0 victory over Liverpool. Now find themselves staring down the barrel against Newcastle United. Nico Gonzalez. Cross comes in from Diaz. It's met by Nico O'Reilly, but his header wayward and wide. There is such a rally inside the stadium here. And it's a goal kick for Nick Pope to take. Nick Pope puts the ball down. He's going to prepare to send this one forward. One ball forward. We await the whistle of Samuel Barrett. Play continues. Players are asking for it. It's Nunes. Free kick given. Play continues here. Whistle it inside the ground. It's last chance saloon for Man City. Matheus Nunes to take. He's going to deliver it in towards Haaland. It's going to be cleared away. Oscar Bob will not it down. Newcastle with the chance to attack now. The referee checks his watch. The ball goes inbound for Anthony Elanga. And Elanga takes a heavy touch and it runs free for Donnarumma. And the referee blows his fifth on whistle. It's a huge 3 points for Newcastle United. In the yellow celebrates for his players and supporters. It finishes Newcastle 2.